home, your house, your apartment, what do you do with it when you are going traveling? If you are a long-term traveler, full-time traveler, a nomad, what do you do with your home? There are three most popular options that I have been seeing. With two of these options, I have my own personal experience. I have been doing either one of those things for 5+ years, but with the third option, also a very popular option, I don't have my own personal experience, but let's start with that. Let's start with the number one, with the option that's very popular, but I don't have my personal experience, and that's renting out. Most of people, when they go away, when they go traveling, when they go nomading, they rent out their place. They let other people to stay in their house, in their apartment, and get paid for that. If you are lucky enough to have your own apartment in a place like London, New York, or any other major cities where rent is high, then renting out your own place while you go traveling may actually be very, very beneficial. You may be earning from the rent alone enough money to cover all of your travel expenses for a month. Well, of course, it will not go the same way with others because rent is not the same price everywhere, but that's an option. Some people choose to rent out their place on Airbnb or Booking, and yeah, it's also an option. What you do have to consider in this case, if you're planning to rent out your places, you will have to find someone you trust, someone who will look after your place, someone who will, I don't know, go and meet with your tenants just in case there is some problem with your place while you are away, or if you are renting the place out on Airbnb or Booking, there will be a bigger need for someone to go and look after that place, to meet the guests, to do the cleaning. That's a thing to consider if you're planning to go down this road. By the way, there are also companies working in this business, helping others to rent out their property on booking platforms like Booking and Airbnb. So yeah, if you're thinking of this option, take a look into this. Second option, a very popular option for what to do with your home, your house, apartment when you go traveling. And that option is to sell it, leave your apartment, sell your apartment, leave your house, sell your house, and go traveling. Don't have that place to return to. That's the main downside. You have to book something, ask for relatives, friends, acquaintances to stay at their place when you're coming home. That's the main downside of this option. That's an option that we have been doing, me with Una. When we first left nomading in 2013, we actually didn't even think about other options. We wanted to do it as SAP and do it the cheapest way possible and also the simplest way possible. So we simply gave away the apartment that we were renting. We didn't own it, we were renting it, and left. That's the easy option, the easiest option. But after years, in our case, it may not happen to you because we are different as people. After some 5 years, we really felt like, no, this doesn't work with us anymore. We need a place that's our own. We need a place that we can always return to. The same place, this one place, this home, this place that we can rely on as our backup. We needed it. So after 5 years, we came back, we rented that place. We were feeling like, that's it, we are not traveling anymore. 4 months later, yes, we are ready to travel more. So that's the option number 2. Now the third option. Third option is to leave the place. You have the place, you are renting it, or maybe you have the place of your own. Just leave it as it is. Just go away and keep paying for the place. That's the option that we are personally doing at the moment. We have been doing this for, I don't know, 5 years, could be 6 or 7 already. We pay for the place even though we are away, but at the same time there is this nice feeling that we have this place, that we can always decide, you know what, now we are in Bangkok, but let's go to Latvia the next week. And we can go. And we know that there is this apartment that we have been renting. We can go and just stay there. In our case with Latvia, where rentals aren't crazy expensive, not yet, not all, it was also financially smarter because you see, we realized that renting out Airbnb just for 3 or 4 months during the summer, which is the top season in Latvia, was in many cases more expensive than paying for our apartment the whole year. So it also made a sense financially for us. So that's the option number 3. Keep the place and keep paying for it, if that makes sense for you. 2 bonus options. 2 other options that I have been seeing people doing, not that often maybe, but people do it. 1, it works well for people that go on a shorter leave. Leave your house, leave your apartment for house sitting. There are special websites where you can find people who will look after your place. In a way, that's the same option number 3, where you pay for your place and leave it. But in this case, there are people or a person who comes to your place, stays there, looks after it, and doesn't pay to you. So look into that option if you want someone to look after your place. Maybe you have some plants that you want someone to look after, or there's a cat or a dog that you would like someone to look after. Second of the bonus options that I have been seeing people doing is house swapping, apartment swapping. There are also, again, websites and Facebook communities where people look for other people who are interested to swap the places. Like, you come to my apartment in London, I go to your apartment in Berlin, and we stay in each other's place. That's also an option, but both of these last options, they are mostly used by people who travel not that long, who maybe spend abroad, well, okay, a significant time, maybe 2-3 months a year, but these are people that usually are not away for 6+ months. So that's the options on what you can do with your home while you are traveling, while you are being a full-time traveler, a nomad. That's it for this week. See you next week. Bye.